This conference will now be recorded.
Well, good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to thank you for joining the Nacogdoches Chamber Stakeholder Conference call this morning. We're pleased to have everybody online, and we want to remind you that members of the media have been invited to participate in this call. Do want to let you folks know that this would be a good time to put your phones and your computers on mute until we get to the questions and answer period of the call. And as you heard at the beginning of the call, this call is being recorded today as well. I'm pleased to introduce a colleague of mine since I've been here at the Chamber that wears a variety of different hats here in the community. He's an adjunct professor at the at Stephen F. Austin State University. He's tremendously engaged as president and CEO of the Nacogdoches Area United Way, and very capably runs the campaigns that support so many critical agencies here in Nacogdoches. So with that in mind, would you welcome my colleague and friend, Gary Lee Ashcraft. Good morning, Gary Lee.
Good morning, everybody. Howdy. If I could get an applause, I'd appreciate that. It'd be really nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. I can hear it all. I want to introduce my teammate. She's disappeared off the screen. She'll come back someday. Kenny Rena, who has spoken to you before, and Kenny is, as you know, the community outreach executive for a very fine organization, Burke Center, and she is absolutely a team member here, great team member with me. She's very organized, and I am not. Wayne mentioned that I might be a professor, and I teach management principles, of which all my boyfriends thinks is hilarious because I manage out of my hip pocket. First thing I want to do is call the ask, and I want to thank you all very, very much. There's 17, 18 people on this call, and I know that all of you all have made a donation to the United Way through pledging through your company a campaign, which we'll get into a little bit more, or individual donation or cornerstone. Thank you for that, and if you haven't, please consider it. We are small but mighty, as Caroline Garner says. She is the executive vice president of this fine organization who works part-time and really the boss around here. And I am the president and CEO, which means that I just try to do the best I can, eat cookies and not work too hard. What we do, in case you don't know about United Way, I could read the mission statement to you and put it on the screen and all that. I don't want to. We mobilize volunteers. Many of y'all, Kelly and Wayne, are great volunteers for us. We appreciate you. But we mobilize volunteers to do our programs. Our whole purpose in life as a United Way is boiled down to one thing, and we basically help those who are in need. And I have many stories of success. I have many stories of not success. We are living, folks, in a wonderful, wonderful community, Nacogdoches, Texas, with the brick streets and the university and fine, fine leaders and folks. But I got to tell you, we are the #2 poverty region in the state of Texas. And we serve 3 counties, Shelby County, San Augustine, and Nacogdoches. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. We have some leaders in Shelby County, especially, that are doing great things for us. Let me kind of give you an idea how it works. What we really do is we are connectors of many. I've meddled in a lot of folks' business over these past years, and we kind of know where things are. If we don't, we call Wayne or Kelly, and they know where things are. An example is during the first round of COVID. I'm so excited that we're not out of those rounds right now, being cynical, but we're very busy with the variant, trust me. But with the first deal, the first COVID round, a place called Hope, Helping Other People Eat, is one of the agencies that we fund. I wish we funded more. That's why I'm asking for you all to donate. During the pandemic, they were serving, like on national TV, long, long lines of folks who had run out of food. And these folks were good folks. I mean, they had lost their jobs at the company. Some of them were laborers. Some of them were actually management because I was there talking to the people I knew. And they were loading up food in the back of cars and pickups and you name it. And one of the people there, Dr. Sharon Nennis, who is awesome, gives me a call and she said, Gary Lee, we've run out of meat. They didn't have any meat to put into these boxes of food, and the boxes of food were awesome. They would sustain the folks for a little while so they would have food until they could get back on their feet. That's the whole idea. So I called a great board member and great friend, volunteer, Tara Agalian. I can't say her last name. She's the HR director at Pilgrims. And I said, you got any meat hanging out? She said, we sure do. And she said, I was about to call you. And they had, I don't know, Kenny, I think it was 7,000 pounds of chicken. And during that day, within the day of the call, that meat was transferred to Hope, and we were up and running. And so that's kind of where we are. If we get a family in here, we can connect them that has crisis, abuse, or something like that. We get them over to Whitney, who does a very good job of running the family crisis center. She's the new executive there, and just wonderful. We get somebody that needs a little money or needs a little utility work, we get them over. I don't see him on the call, but we get them over to Mike Ellswick at Salvation Army, who is new relatively to Salvation Army, doing a good job of revitalizing that great organization. So what we do is we raise funds through workplace campaigns, which Kenny's going to talk about right now. And then we allocate, I'll talk about later, those funds to this year. It was 17 agencies. I don't know how many agencies it will be for next year, which will be 2022. And those funds, like Patty Goodrum uses it for Fresh Start, which deals with homeless folks, counseling for homeless folks, get them off, get them out of the car, get them into a house. Well, they use the funds that the United Way provides to do that program. Kenny, you want to talk a little bit about campaigns?
Sure, I'd love to. So I like to say, what is a campaign? Because it's a language that we use at United Way, and it's not, Dustin Beavers always says it's not an election. We're not asking for a vote, and it's a fundraising campaign. We are going into our workplaces in the Nacogdoches area and giving an opportunity to those individuals that work there to make a contribution. And it's something that they can do through payroll deduct, possibly. We call them Live United. And the Live United definition to me is that we each give a little to do a lot. And for me, I can't give $1,000 to Love Inc. I can't write a check out of my bank account for that. But I can give a little bit each month at our Burke Workplace campaign, and then we can put that together with all the people at Burke, and quarterly we send a check to United Way, and that's our campaign. And so we make a pledge. We have a time frame, a couple weeks, where we sign up for that, and that sign up, make a pledge for the next year's payroll deduct draft, and you make that commitment. And so that's what we're going about the community. We're always looking for new work sites if your work site is interested in doing this. We also have partner agencies that contribute to campaign as well. So they may receive funds, but they also give their employees an opportunity to contribute to campaign. And that's like the Boys and Girls Club and the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Council are two that kind of come to mind right now. And we're working on establishing those more and more. Are you ready for the rest of it, or do you have, are you going?
A few more things to say, Kenny. Thank you. That was succinct, which I am not. The organization of the United Way is run exactly by a board of directors, just like the Chamber of Commerce and what have you. We have 28 members on our board, very diverse board, includes all kinds of folks, business leaders, staff members of corporations, NISD. I see Aaron on the board, on the call. Les Linebarger is our board representative right now. NISD is a big deal to us in terms of campaign. Last year, to talk about pivoting, That's my favorite word. Last year, the schools during March, right at March, the schools, the hospitals, all of them gave me a call and said, Gary Lee, I don't know if we're going to be able to campaign this year or help you. I don't know what we're going to do. And my response was, well, maybe it's our turn to help you. But honestly, I wasn't sure that there would be a United Way, because it was really getting funky. And due to Caroline's work a lot, catching the PPPs, outstanding anonymous donation that came out of nowhere, we were able to make budget. And so every year is like a football game. Every year we got to win. And so this year we're working hard to win. But I want to talk about the organization. The real group that I report to is the executive team, and I'll just tell you who's on that. Our chairman is Joe Weaver, who is on the allocation call. He's with CBTX. Kenny is the past chairman, one of the best chair people I ever worked with. Joe's doing a good job. Jeff Patterson at the hospital, who's not on this call, any call, he's kind of busy right now. And Dr. Tim Bisping, who is our inbound chair for next year. Dustin Beavers, who is our treasurer, and he is either on allocation. I think he's on the allocations call. And then Caroline Ellen Garner, who, of course, I said is our executive vice president. We serve Nacogdoches County, Shelby County, and St. Augustine. And in the past, I've never felt like we did a very good job of it. Since Stephanie Ellswick is on the call, I want to throw some kudos to her, because she has organized a complete team in Shelby County, and they are doing a great job of raising money for Shelby County. Now, let me explain this. When we raise money in Nacogdoches County, or Shelby County, or St. Augustine County, the money stays in the county that the money is raised in, 99% of it. 1% of that money goes to a thing called United Way Worldwide, that is our parent organization, if you will, of many. There's thousands of United Ways globally, and what have you. And we all operate the same under the United Way Worldwide. Does not get into our policy, our board, or what we do that much unless we're just out of whack. But they do have a couple of compliance issues, and that would be that every organization, be it the Dallas United Way, Greater Dallas, it has about $150 million budget, or the Nacogdoches Area United Way that has about a $300,000 budget. It all operates the same. We've got to operate under 25%. And this is just to let you know we are efficient with our money. This organization, because Caroline keeps it very streamlined and under the mark, she took my credit card away from me. We operate at 16%. So all of the money stays in Nacogdoches County, 99%, or Shelby County, or St. Augustine County. We have great hopes for St. Augustine because CBTX just opened up a branch in St. Augustine. Another group has told me they're going to do more for us in St. Augustine, so we're pretty excited about that. We like to do our job, and that's our job. That's our job, is to serve our folks, raise money for our folks, see if we can't help people get back on their feet. By the way, our focus is financial stability, education, Aaron, for folks to get them. Aaron knows a lot about our population, I can assure you. Education for these folks, and a lot of folks, they want to be, they don't know how to be. Certification programs, that kind of thing, and health and well-being. If one of those three things is out of whack, then the family is in crisis. And I've been there, not with Charlotte, but I've been there in my past, and it's not a great thing. It's hard to do if you're out of whack in one of those three areas. Want to talk about our other funding area too, which is Cornerstone. Cornerstone is really for people, the companies that have the resources and understanding of the United Way. Talked about overhead a while back. Cornerstone is a program where a company like Eaton Corporation, Rex Perry, who gives us a car every year, is a Cornerstone giver. Cornerstone, you get a chance, sounds like a casino, you get a chance if you do our fair share is what it's called. And that's a month's pay, an hourly pay on a monthly basis. You can be entered in the car raffle, and for a little bit more money, you have 2 entries. And somewhere along in December, somewhere like that, we'll present that car to some lucky person. And it seems like every year, whoever wins that car needs that car. It's the coolest thing. At one juncture, we had a banker win the car, and what he did with it is he provided it to his church group. And if there was a couple or something like that that was struggling maybe a little bit and needed 2 cars, that car went to them or anybody else that they needed to help. So that's kind of cool, I think. So that's Cornerstone. It funds our overhead, and our goal this year is 55,000, and we'd like to get to 90,000, which is about the number of our overhead. And we will get there. We're about 40% to that goal for this year now. So that's Cornerstone. Our events, man, I tell you what, Wayne, you know the same thing. You're all trying to plan a banquet that I look forward to going to. But our events are the Do Dat BBQ. Charlotte just told us where Do Dat came from. One of the founders was from Louisiana. I don't know. But it's a Do Dat BBQ, the turkey trot, which Kenny is the queen of the turkey trot, which is on Thanksgiving morning. A lot of fun. Wayne, you can get out there and I'll run you around the track, and then you go home, you got some calories burned off, you can eat like you want to. The Christmas parade, and then one event that we do is the Day of Caring, which we've already done this year, and we mobilize a whole bunch of teams and companies to go out and do things for the agencies that they need done and they can't afford to get done. And my memory and best example was one year we went to the Girl Scout camp and they just needed things cleaned up out there, raked and done. And ETAC, one of my favorite companies, came out with a big team and they got it done. I got it done in a few hours. Love Inc., they from time to time have storage areas, painting to do, Boys and Girls Club. Day of Caring is an awesome event, and it's held usually on a Friday, all Friday morning. So I hope that, I think I want to wrap up. I hope some of this helps you with your understanding of United Way. Again, thank you all very much for your support of United Way. Thank you, Wayne, for in 2018, I think it was the first nonprofit award for a great nonprofit, as we have many of them in the community. This is a really giving community, and the United Way, our United Way was recognized, and we still glow about that recognition. Thank the Chamber of Commerce for doing that. Kenny, is there anything I've missed or screwed up that you want to correct? Kenny, I don't hear a thing. I know you so well, I can read your lips. Go ahead. It's called mute. But Kenny doesn't want to talk to us. So this is.
Sorry, I'm here. Sorry. I was talking to myself, but are you ready for me?
What you were doing. Is there anything I missed if you were listening to me?
No, nothing that you missed, but I would like to share a little bit with 365 about the 365 opportunity that we have. And that is sort of it's new this year, and we've adapted it from other United Ways around the country. And it's a way for businesses that don't have the capacity to run a full campaign. If you don't have employees, as many employees, maybe you have 5, maybe you have 10, and some of our larger companies are also doing this 365 circle. It's a way to make a big impact in the community, and it's called the 365 circle because you can give $1 a day for 365 a year, and we have a member level where we recognize those members. You get a decal that you can put in your window so individuals know that you're part of the United Way community. We can recognize you on social media, and then we can also recognize at our kickoff. We also have a $600 level, that's our leader level, and our first leader in Nacogdoches was Mari Littleton at Party and Things. We have some other members on here, A&A Lawn Care, Ms. Kelly, her her and her husband's business have signed up. And so it's something, when you have a team of just a few people, or maybe you have some turnover where it's hard to do a payroll deduct and get those employees to commit to something like this. This is a way for those smaller businesses to participate in United Way. So that's an opportunity we have as well. And then our kickoff, so I talked about that. We're excited about kickoff. We didn't get to have one last year. We had a virtual kickoff for our campaign, and it was, very quick and Facebook Live kind of thing. And we're excited to be in person. And we were really excited about a month ago when COVID rates weren't as bad and things were looking really good for our community and looking a lot brighter. But they're not as bright as we'd hoped they would be, but they're still brighter than last year, hopefully. And, we are seeing more and more people getting vaccinated, and we hope we'll continue to see that for our community. And that helps keep them out of the hospitals. And, that's the burden that we're seeing. And so we've been seeing this burden in our hospitals, and we just wanted to honor that and, provide an event that's not as congested. And so we've moved our event from Bonita Creek Hall, and we'll be having it at the Fredonia Brewery, so that it will be an outside event that will be less conducive to the spread of disease. We're encouraging people to not come if they're sick, of course, and to wear masks in the main areas and things like that. But we're also really excited to have folks gather and be able to celebrate United Way and to celebrate the campaign, give us a chance to recognize our contributors that help us out over the years. So I think that's about all that all that I have. I encourage you, if you have questions about United Way, reach out to me, reach out to Gary Lee, Ashcraft, email us, call us, and we want to share about United Way with you. And if you do not contribute in any way, if you don't go to a United Way event, or if you don't contribute financially, reconsider that and think about how you can do that, how you can participate and support our events, and how you can financially give to United Way.
Or volunteer. Last thing is the Do Dat. And Lord, it's tricky. We're making it work. Is going to be held Saturday, September 25th, and I pray for a very not a snow event, but a very cool, nice day. And it'll be held at the A.L. Mangum Airport, because Anita Scott did such a good job. She booked up the expo before I could get there. But this is going to be fun. Joe Cephalou, who is the fantastic, awesome airport manager, meet him if you can, has made it possible for us to do that. If anything goes awry, I will be the first to get you, Valerie, and the other media folks, and we'll let you all know. We feel confident that we're going to be able to pull this off. So thank you all, Live United, and for me, Axum Jacks. Thank you, Wayne and Kelly.
Thank you very much, Gary Lee and Kenny. We really appreciate those updates, and those dates are posted in the chat section. We'll add in there the Do Dat BBQ as well here in a few minutes. But thank you again, and we look forward to another successful year with United Way, which is so important in supporting so many agencies. I am pleased to welcome good morning to the City Manager of Nacogdoches, Mario Canizares. Good morning, Mario.
Hey, good morning, Wayne. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, we've had some audio issues before, so just wanted to make sure. Hope everybody's doing well. My report will be very brief. We do have City Council meeting tonight. We've got a relatively short agenda. We do have items of note regarding the budget, so we'll be presenting the budget this evening as far as just part of our budget workshop discussions that staff has with City Council. And so we'll be getting some direction from Council on how to proceed. We then go into September with 2 more meetings, with anticipation that the adopted budget happens in mid-September. So we're in the throes of the budget cycle towards the, not quite the 11th hour, more like the 10th hour, but we're moving forward with that. The other thing that's of note is next Tuesday, a week from today, over at the Recreation Center, we'll be having a work session with City Council Many of you know that we've been working on a request for qualifications to do a couple of long-range studies. One is a downtown master plan. The other one is a comprehensive land use plan. We plan on bringing in the recommended consultant next Tuesday to come to council to present to them their approach, how they're going to approach these two projects, for council to ask questions of the consultant and of staff. It'll be a public meeting over at the recreation center, the C.L. Simon Recreation Center. So just wanted to bring those items of interest to you, Wayne, and to the members of the chamber and those that are on this call. So look forward to that, and then be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mario? If not, Mario, if there's a role that we can play in helping you with move forward any of your issues, please let us know. We'd be glad to assist in any way. We're looking
Thank
forward
you,
to
Wayne.
those
Appreciate
grant planning. Thank
you,
you very
everybody.
much. I do see that we have Reese DeWoody on the phone from Senator Cornyn's office. Reese, did you want to have any comments? If not, we'll move on. I'm pleased to welcome the President and CEO of the Nacogdoches Economic Development Corporation, Larissa Philpott. Good morning, Larissa.
Good morning, Wayne. Couple of events coming up, entrepreneurship events and job events. We do have a job fair at the Recreation Center September 16th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are still accepting businesses, the employers, to register for that fair, and so y'all can contact our office and speak to Mary Frances, and she'll get you booked for that. No business is too big or too small to participate. We know everybody is hiring out there right now. Also, Mabel Cannings is sponsoring the Rise pop-up market. This is going to be a market to support African-American entrepreneurs. That will also be at the Recreation Center September 25th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There was an article in the Daily Sentinel a couple weeks ago about that. And then our Hispanic entrepreneurship series is branching into a financial literacy program, and this will be at the Recreation Center also. We're so thankful that they host us so many times, but those will be September 16th, 23rd, and 30th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. And the whole goal of that is to help our Spanish-speaking entrepreneurs and families with their financial literacy. So we're going to have some help from local bankers and accountants and bookkeepers, and we will also have a little prize, a little bit of financial literacy ongoing assistance with those that make it through all three classes. So if you know of any Spanish speaking entrepreneurs, if you have any customers, friends that would be interested in that class, please share that with them, and we'll have some flyers going out soon. Thank you so much, Wayne.
Thank you. Any questions with Larissa? Larissa, you'll be pleased to know that Ms. Canning, Mabel Canning, will be our featured speaker presenter on our next conference call 2 weeks from today. And she'll talk about empowerment and she'll talk about RISE. So hopefully everybody will join us and encourage others to join us as well. I'm anxious to hear about that program in more detail. Thank you. Pleased to welcome the director of Visit Nacogdoches, our great colleague, Sherry Chaney Morgan. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning, Wayne. Good morning, friends. Tourism in Nacogdoches is still thriving. We're still a few days short of receiving our most current analytics on hotel occupancy. Those run about a month behind. But as I reported at the last meeting, we are in the black for the first time in about 2 years. Our running 12 numbers and our year-to-date numbers for hotel occupancy are 50% or higher. June outperformed May by all accounts. Anecdotally, July should outperform June. So it's a good trend that we see. Other indicators around that support that as well is our local sales tax is up 11.6%. We are just now starting to see a decrease in in-person visitors to Nacogdoches with back to school season coming in, that it was pretty hot and heavy there for the summer. By far, since I got here in 2017, I would say that this is our busiest summer to date. Next week, myself, Joanna Temple, and Ashley Morgan will be traveling to Conroe, Texas for the Texas Association of Convention and Visitors Bureau's annual conference at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. That is the sacrifice that we make for our jobs. But we look forward to this annual conference. It's a time for us to get together with our other peers in destination marketing and hear what they're doing in their communities. And then we also will compete. We've put in some of our what we feel are brighter ideas. Our love letters to NAC is one of those. Some marketing campaigns, different things like that, that will compete against projects put into consideration from other destinations. So that's the little competitive part that's fun, but really the best time is just the networking, especially in these crazy times that we've been through, to sort of see what's worked in other communities that might work for us here in Nacogdoches as well. And as always, to spread the word about Nacogdoches to other destination marketers as well. With that being said, that leaves Mike Bay minding the store, and he might need some help. So if you have a couple of hours next week that you wouldn't mind coming in and sitting down with Mike at the front desk, or letting him have a lunch break, that would certainly be appreciated. And I think we could probably sell those opportunities as well, just to get an hour with Mike Bay. But we would welcome any help. Volunteering will be fine, though. That's not going to be a hard dance card to fill there. And I will say, just since United Way was the topic of conversation for this week's talk, just sort of a personal testimony to share. I am fortunate enough to sit on the board of directors for United Way. And for those of you that don't know, I am a single mother. I have a 23-year-old grown-up daughter, allegedly grown-up, but then I also have a 15-year-old. And it is so important, especially in these times, and we are so blessed to live in a community that is so compassionate and so collaborative. But the onus is on us to create a culture of giving and to instill in our younger generations the importance of just that whole theme of United Way, to join in the fight to live united. And we were watching movies a couple of weeks ago, and there was a national commercial that came on for United Way, and my youngest daughter, Sadie, it really connected with her, and it provided me an opportunity, something that I think, in my mind, those board meetings are another meeting that I go to, and I tend to lose sight of the actual importance of the work that goes into United Way. So I was able to have a really, to me, important conversation with her that sort of connected some loose ends that were out there. And I think we both walked away from that conversation better for it. But with these new opportunities for giving that have been instituted with the 365, it's a very accessible amount of for a lot of us that are blessed to have that kind of disposable income. And just coming from behind the scenes of it, to see, and I'm about to jump on that same allocations call where we take that money that has been raised for us in Nacogdoches County and put it to use for those in our community that are less fortunate than us on a daily basis. And I'm really proud of my association with United Way. So maybe your potential for contribution isn't monetary or through your business, but there are always opportunities to give of your time, to give of your services, to do in-kind donations. And if it's not United Way, if it's something else in this community, I do encourage you to find those ways that you can give of yourself, give of your pocket, give us something to contribute, because all of these things, even though it might not seem to add up to make any impact on tourism, this is all a big jigsaw puzzle. And when we all work together and combine our efforts, what we wind up with is a great community that we get to live in, and then also a great community that we get to promote and grow and have visitors and people that move here and raise their families or retire. So it is sort of a universal common goal of all of us. So with that, I'll get off my soapbox. And as always, thank you all for the ways that you impact change in this community, big and small. Have a great week.
Thank you, Sherry, and thank you for those very important comments about the United Way campaign and United Way. I'm pleased to welcome this morning, representing the Nacogdoches Independent School District, my friend Erin Wyndham. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning, Wayne and friends of the Chamber and Nacogdoches. I just want to remind everyone that school starts on Monday at NISD, so please watch your school zones carefully. And also, the school district has taken a big part in the broadband surveys that are going around town. So I just would like to remind everyone to please respond to the broadband survey. Did anyone put the link in the chat this time? Okay, thank you. And especially we need agriculture and healthcare to respond to that survey, because we need to know your quality and availability of broadband internet at your location. If you have anything to do with agriculture, if you have anything to do with healthcare. So right when you log on to the survey, some icons pop up and you will click what your association is. You'll click either healthcare or agriculture. If you have chicken houses, you are in agriculture, and we need to know the quality of your broadband, because you've got to have internet to run those chicken houses. It's not like you're going to physically check them every second. That's the internet streaming from your houses to your house. I know I don't have to tell you that, but I'm just telling everyone that broadband in agriculture is very important, and very important to our economy in Nacogdoches. So we need representatives from healthcare locations and agriculture, and also the community at large. Those surveys are going really well. People are responding, but that is where we are lacking, is ag and healthcare. In the school district, it's important to us because that's our families needing that service, needing that broadband service. And so as we saw last year and the year before, how important that is to education to have that connectivity. So please respond to those broadband surveys. I will take any questions about the school district or broadband.
Any questions for Erin? Well, Erin, we'll look forward to seeing those big yellow buses traversing the streets of Nacogdoches next week, and let's try to keep those kiddies safe and provide a great environment for it. Kelly has posted the link to the broadband survey, so I'd respectfully suggest you take a peek at that. There are a few things coming up in addition. Exit Issues will be on September 28th, which will be a week from this Thursday, featuring Dr. Hans Williams from the Forestry Department at Stephen F. Austin State University. Want to let you folks know that we are re-energizing and the Paint the Town Purple program. If you're interested in that, let us know. I did receive from several people interest in committees, in serving on chamber committees, which we're heading into the new year, and we're going to be reforming those committees. So if you're interested, please let us know as well. Any other comments or observations? Did I miss anybody on the conference call this morning?
Wayne, since you brought up committees, I would just like to remind everyone that the Education Committee of the Chamber meets today, and just as a special something, we've invited that committee to meet at NISD offices today, which is out of the ordinary. So I want to remind everyone, come to the NISD office at 4632 Stallings Drive. Just this one time, we'd like you to see our new offices. So Education Committee.
Aaron, what time is that meeting?
3:30. 3:30, and it goes no later than 4:30 and maybe even earlier than that.
Okay, great. Bring the hammer down. So, any other comments, observations to the good of the order, folks? If not, I thank all of you folks for joining us here today. I can't tell you how important it is for us to have this dialogue once a week. I wish you all a successful week. And if you have any suggestions for future presenters, please let me know and we'll certainly try to work them in. Or if you have a program that you want to promote, let us know here at the Chamber. Our schedule is, we're trying to schedule at least a month out. So you need to contact me at the Chamber and we'll go from there. Have a great week. And again, thank you, Gary Lee and Kenny, for that great presentation today. And go United. Thank you, folks. Bye-bye.